following program on Ada Derana 24 is classified for general audience. It is intended for all ages. It contains little or no violence, no strong language, and little or no sexual dialogue or situations.
Good evening. You're joining the Business Best, a platform for the best in the business and an opportunity for you to connect with innovation, excellence and creativity as we introduce entrepreneurs and veterans from various industries. The moment you go to a place, what is the first thing you notice? It is the exterior. And when you enter, you judge this place for its interior, because this exterior and interior have a brand to carry. Today, we are in conversation with a business which will make your exterior and interior fascinating and appealing. And we have BMD Holdings Private Limited with us, the Chairman and CEO, Duminda Munasinghe. Duminda, a warm welcome to you. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and being on our show today.
Thank you very much for inviting me for this wonderful program, right? And it was so grateful for me to be here today with you, right? And discuss about the interior and exterior of construction. Of
BMD Holdings Private Limited. Okay, to start off with Duminda, tell me, who is Duminda Munasinghe and what's your story? Okay. What's the story of BMD Holdings?
Fine, because everybody will get really excited when I say that chartered accountant is doing a engineering company.
A construction
company, because I'm qualified in accountancy, right? But I had a passion, because I had a passion, it is something like I want to do different thing, right? Because I know the accountancy is 36 standards, because you have to involve with that. So I've been working for formulas and maths and mathematics, and because I am involved with mathematics, but it is something like, it is so like, in the sense, in one, it is connected into one side. It is not moving. It's not moving. Account is not moving. So I was working in one of the leading construction companies in overseas. I was thinking that I want to change myself for a little bit, and I was sitting on the engineering department. I want to learn myself. So I told the engineer, the chief engineer, we come to a compromise, right? I'll teach you costing, you teach me engineering, right? So then he was laugh at me. He's a Filipino. He said, "What costing you?" I said, "I teach you costing. That how you are going to do your material costing. I will teach you, because I'm an accountant
by
and
profession,
I do profession, so I can do my costing." Okay. So then he said, "Okay, what you want to learn engineering?" I said, "You teach me how to read a map, how to read a drawing, and you teach me how to make a BOQ, and you teach me about the materials and all these things." So then he gave me a real learning lesson, and I have really got everything from him. And then my MD said, "Come on, Duminda, what are you doing? So you will be as a financial controller, you should be seated on your seat, and what the hell that you are going and sitting in engineering?" I said, "This is something that I want to learn myself, and I want to change." There I did a different thing, because I made the training center into that company, because that company was totally having it. That was one of the toppest companies in construction in that country, in Maldives. And I said that I want to change their business system, and say that, why don't you go for the trading? So then I went to internet and I found a lot of good materials for them to do trading in construction area. So I used to be in silicon block, because they were using the cement block for their building. So I get the silicon blocks, I get the high power tools into the system, and I make hot and cold water system, pipe systems for the plumbing systems for the hotels. Likewise, I introduce a lot of materials into the company and make the trading center. It's like changing to trading center. So when I came back to Sri Lanka, then I didn't have a chance of practicing what I practiced there, right? So then I had to work again as accountant. Because nobody knows about my capability, because my profile is say that I'm an accountant, right? So then I had to work for two companies in Sri Lanka. One of the company I worked for as a group finance manager of the company, and later part I got an opportunity of asking me to join as a management, not as a management consultant, just a part-time, come as do a management consulting for one of the companies. So I was so happy, because I can do some changes and I can implement what have been done so far in my practice. So then I thought that joining that as a management consultant, and later part the company itself has offered me as a CEO and director, join as a company as a CEO director, director and CEO. So that was a good offer for me, and I have to have plenty of opportunities for me to change it.
Yeah.
So there I introduced the aluminium composite panel and the polycarbonate. Actually, it was a polycarbonate. The first polycarbonate sheet was introduced by me to Sri Lanka, right? That was a Lexan brand,
Amazing.
right? And it was a first project. We did it for the, it was done it for, this vocational training center in Naharampita.
Okay.
Yeah, it is behind the CIMA, CIMA. That was the first canopy done in Sri Lanka in polycarbonate, right? And it was done by Maga Engineering. And we are the one who did it with them, right? With the company of Auto and Metalcraft Private Limited. And the company is no more existing, right? It is not there because the owner, after the owner died, that has been liquidated.
Okay.
And Lexan was the first polycarbonate brand I have introduced to Sri Lanka. So after that, there are many polycarbonate brands came in, right? Then there was a monopoly market on the aluminium composite panel cladding. You all know the cladding,
yes, the
right?
cladding.
So that is all the
It's
big,
very popular, and
very popular.
It's the first thing you see, like in most of the companies, they try to have their colors on it and build the brand on it,
yes,
right?
Actually, I would say that cladding is, the beautician's part is what? What is the beautician's part?
To make someone beautiful, let's say the outer appearance.
There you are. They change the beauty of the female woman. So cladding is,
and even the men,
even the men,
yes.
That cladding is the same thing that what beauticians do. The cladding does it. The old buildings, they make the entire thing different in architectural manner, entire thing different and give a new look. That was cladding part, right? So that was a monopoly market was there in Sri Lanka. Only we have only 2 brands in Sri Lanka at that moment. So I introduced the Alubond, American brand, to Sri Lanka, right? And I didn't do the projects. What I did was I outsourced it. And I outsource it. I let others to buy it, and I want them to be entrepreneurs, right? Like there are a lot of fabricating teams who have a skill of working ability, who wants to start these small businesses, right? So I made a lot of mushroom business entity by selling my brands into the public, to the private. And there I have a lot of people came and bought the material because those are good key fabricators in Sri Lanka, talented, very skillful fabricators. Now today, they are in a very high level business personalities. Now they have their own companies. They are, I think some people are better than me also. I can say that. I'm very proud to say that, right? They are better than me also. But that initiative was done by me on that in 2000, in early 2000s, right?
In the early 2000s.
And that was the turning that I had changed it because I have started with my good old friend, right? One of my friend, I started a new company, right? And I started with these materials, trading, 80% trading and 20% in projects. Projects, we did it in mega projects. And then after the partnership, then it was changed into the BMD Holdings Private Limited, right? And it was started in 2009 by BMD, and my initial company was started in 2003. So almost 20 years I was in the business.
Now it's almost 20 years.
So that is Duminda Munasinghe.
That is Duminda Munasinghe, and the story of BMD Holdings.
BMD Holdings.
You're such an inspiration, Duminda. So Duminda, what are your products, services, and what do you specialize in? Let's talk more about your products.
Actually, I am very special. We have specialized in interior and exterior in aluminium. The metal base, aluminium door windows, you say cladding, the glazing curtain wall systems, insulation of glazing curtain wall systems, partitions, ceilings, skylight, canopies, and I say the pantry cupboards in eco and aluminium, right? Likewise, we are into interior and exterior other than the timber, right? Any metal, anything on the metal, we are ready to do, right? Because our motto also, nature innovative us, right? So basically, I love to work with nature because I don't want to harm the nature. So that was the reason that I have selected this area. because I don't say that timber people are harming the nature, because there are people who do illegal things in the what you call destroying the forest, but there are people who really do it in the legal way the timber things. So, but aluminium is basically it's a nature protective product.
Okay.
Right. So it doesn't harm anything. So we work with the very high profile systems in Sri Lanka. We have 3 manufacturers in Sri Lanka, because we are always with those 3 manufacturers working with the aluminium. But if the proprietor system wants a customer, right, like say curtain wall systems or any advanced profile systems, we have other parties in around who connected with us, who work with us, like especially the Alubon, that my product is Alubon, right? Alubon is a cladding agent. I'm the agent in Sri Lanka. The same group of my company, we produce the same aluminium profiles for the systems, right? Proprietary systems. So I am the agent of those proprietary systems also, and we have various range of products under Alubon. So those Alubon, all those various range of products, I'm into that agency. But time being, I don't do retail or wholesale.
Okay.
I only bring it for the projects, because Alubon is the world #1 cladding brand at the moment.
Okay.
Right. So still they maintain that product dignity, right? As
winning many awards and
all awards and all, because they are the highest manufacturer in the world. So they manufacture in a year 15 million square meters in a year. That was massive. And they were the tallest building, the tallest tower in the world. The Burj in Dubai was done by Alubon.
Nice. We're in conversation with the chairman and CEO of BMD Holdings. I'll see you after this break. So joining the Business Desk, and we are in conversation with the Chairman and CEO of BMD Holdings Private Limited, Duminda Munasinghe. Duminda, I would like to know whether you only offer these products to corporates, or are you looking at the domestic requirements as well?
No, we do everybody for these products, because
you cover
everyone. Because not only large scale. The big or small, protect them all. Like big or small, we do them all.
Big or small, protect them all. Okay.
Big or small, we do them for all. Right. So that's one of the things that I have learned from Mr. Kotalawala. Right.
Okay.
So there, I want to pitch every business into every category. It's not only the corporate sector. Because starting from the commercial high-rise buildings to the residents, we will able to give our support to services. Because when you say aluminium, the aluminium are required from highest to the lowest size.
True.
Right? But thing is, when the requirement is also based on the customer's wish, how the customer wants it. So therefore, we are ready to cater into the customer's wish, right? And we have we can design the customer's budget according to the customer's budget, right? And we can support according to the customer's budget, because I always feel we should not take a ride the customer, because we must educate the customer first when the customer comes to me. So that part of my responsibility. Other than we educate the customer, if you try to pump everything to his mind and say you can do this, you do this, ultimately the customer get lost, because all the customers in Sri Lanka in construction, they start with high budget, and they come to when you come to the end
of the project,
at the projects, they don't have the money later part, because we are the people who suffering in the last stage, because the early people, we already acquire everything from the customer, and the last stage is when you come to us, the customer is in high deficits, right, and no surplus. So he was struggling to go with the borrowings and all these things, and when we try to put more pressure onto him, so what will happen? So that's not good. So I educate the customer, say that, see whether you can go ahead with this budget. If you can't, then we have options. We have alternatives. You go with this and you go with this. What then is they want to see the beautiful place for them. Because as I told you, I do the beautician's part in construction. Right? So that's my
the icing of the cake.
Icing of the cake, and give you all the beauty and everything, because any mistakes in construction is covered by us.
True.
Right? That's the part of us. So if you don't see that in our third eye, then we are in a mess. So it should be in very sharp and very sharp and very like in the sense it very interesting when you're doing this good job and hand it over to the customer, and the customer is happy, and it give you real more than the money, it's give real happiness to our see. I always live with that. So therefore we have no like tagline saying that we only do high levels. We high to low.
You protect them all.
Or take them all.
Okay. What are the key brands you work with or key customers?
Okay. Like in the sense that like aluminium, we have 3 products in Sri Lanka. Is it okay to quote these 3 products? I don't know whether in your
is
right?
it okay with
because
okay
it's Alumex, Swisstech and Lanka Aluminium. And other than that, if the customer wants the proprietor systems, right? So we always have Alubon proprietor system, because Alubon is my key brand in aluminium composite panel cladding. I'm the agent, so we do all these projects, cladding projects specifically. Under Alubon, we have various other products like Alumetal and Alusil and Alulite and all. Like we have a various project for the various things, like Alumetal is for the ceiling, for the aluminium ceiling, Alulite for the gypsum and mineral fiber ceiling. Like we have a different type of products they manufacture that I'm the agent. So I always support them, and I have other brands also working Sri Lankan companies who brought down in the standard, like Hapsa, like Doma, VVP, Hapsa, and like Antalya, like likewise, those are accessories that we work, because we have a lot of glass work we do, right? Glass insulation, like in the curtain wall systems and facade systems and all, facade insulation, like tempered glass insulations. So there you need good accessories to that. So accessories in the sense you have a SS grade standards 304, 316, 204, like in the sense. So we always want to go with the proper high graded ones, because we don't give customers like in the sense compromising quality ones. So when you give a quality, we say this is the warranty period for this particular thing, and 1 to 1 we will replace it if manufacturer default. Not the man-made disaster, man-made force, because sometimes customer also made mistakes and they break the things, right? But we can see that with the if the customer has done it, then we can see that looking at the accessory, we can see that whether it's a manufacturer default or the customer default, right? So there we will advise. So always we have a different products. That products we give, this is a warranty for this product, this is a warranty for this product, this is a warranty for this. Customer has ability to select what product he needs, but the price wise also it get differ. So that's what I said, I educate the customer, right? Not that when I send a quotation and put my own decision and send it. So I always give 2-3 options to customer to select whatever according to his budget. So his budget is good, he said that I have money, so why should I go for the low one? I go for the higher one. So give me the higher one. You give the higher one.
So you attend to everything like personally, or what's your team like?
My team is actually consists with basically, I have we had 78 in my team, right? So now I have break into people like my skill fabricators into 6 teams and appoint 1 leader for each team and consist of 7 or 6 people in that team. And I told them outsource, right? So they are not in my payroll, right? So I have outsourced them. I want them to be like business people, right? They also go and hunt and do their businesses, right? Rather they depend on my salary. So I want them, because nowadays if I not done that, I'm in a heavy debt in these days, because the situation of the country, of the construction, how it has been happened here. Now they also know how to surviving them. And my operational team, only I have 8, right? I just keep 8 people, and that will be like in my engineering department and my accounting department and my operational department. So this is how it is work out. So other than that, I don't keep more people, because enough for me to do those things. And because they are brain enough to do the things when they're right, because I am overlooking everything, because I will be there, because though I've been given delegate all the responsibility, but I'll be sitting and I'm looking at everything. Even the customer visits, I go personally. Right, I go personally. I go to meet the customer first. Because
any part of the country?
Any part of the country. Any part. Even Jaffna I visit. Right, any part of the country. Because if the customer, because that builds the relationship of the customer. And when they see me and when they contact and when they see the chairman and CEO of the company has visited the site, they have a full of confidence
from buy the products
with me, and they confidence about my company. Though I send my representative, any project coordinator to there, and that fellow will go and do his job only. He doesn't feel about the company, he do his job, right? So, but I feel about my company because I have to give salaries to my people. So I have to, somehow I have to get this job, and I have to maybe there are so many families depend on my company. So that I have in my mind. But the person who goes there, he doesn't have that intent in his mind. So he wants to go and he wants to work for his salary. So this is the attitude in this country. So it's very difficult to change. But the construction is a huge subject, not a small subject. Other than, like, if you compare to the other subjects, you can see top to bottom, there are huge operations involved. And different level of operations are involved. Any other business you take, construction needed. Any other business, now say you are a media company. If you don't build this, where are you going to have it? So construction is one of the biggest business concept, right, and needed. But only problem is the fundamentals, what you do in construction, how we do and what we do. That differ the attitudes of construction. That was the reason that we cannot move into, in this our country, we have a very specialized good construction companies who are win the international markets, but others are still stagnated in here because their attitudes have not changed.
True. So, Duminda, finally, I would like to know, how can they, like, if anyone is interested in your products and in your company, how can they contact you?
You can contact me directly. My telephone number I can give you now, right? 0717 363624. And you can go to my website, www.bmdholdings.lk, and everything is there, what we do and what we specialize and what projects what we have done, and so far how we have been in the market, and
I saw the website, all the photographs
and there are so many new photographs are there, but I didn't upload it. But every service, whatever, that's what I said. I am a very challengeable guy, because I who done the Sri Lanka's largest curve cladding was done by me, right, at the moment, because I have done many challengeable jobs in Sri Lanka. I don't know, some faith that all challenges comes to my head and I do that, because I'm happy to be that I'm succeeding on those challenges with high pressure, because when you see the world, Sri Lanka's largest curve to be done, just imagine that how it has to be, because there are 5 layers. The 5 layers curves that we have to do, and not that so easy. And the architect is super architect, and he wants to need everything to be in 100% perfect. That he told me, Duminda, if you can't success, you tell me. If you don't undertake, if you can't do this.
With your guidance, I'm pretty sure that they're doing a marvelous job. Thank you very much, Duminda, for joining us today, and I wish you all the very best in all your future endeavors.
Thank you.
And we were in conversation with Chairman and CEO of BMD Holdings, Duminda Munasinghe. I'll see you next week with a similar discussion. Have a pleasant evening.